Hey, what's up guys? Gangster Jeweler here. So today we are working on a ring. It comes to us from one of our stores. And we're going to have a couple repairs coming from Etsy. We got one coming from Las Vegas. And we got another one coming from, where the hell was it at? I'm not sure, but there's another one coming. So we'll have some more videos coming shortly. But this one here, this is a nice ring. Now this had, we have to size it down to a 7. Yeah, to a 7. Now this had the ring sizing beads in there. You can see right there and right there. I done already got them out of there. And I don't know what they used to weld them together, but it don't look like white gold. I don't know. But whatever it was. Yeah, because usually they're not easy to get out, but I had to cut them out and then file down. I had to file most of it down. A lot of it I couldn't cut out. But at any rate, we already got those out, so I spared y'all that part. But we are going to if I can find my mandrel. Where'd you go? There you go. We are going to a 7, and we are kind of like 7 3/4. What does that look like? Yeah. Almost 7 3/4. It's not really rounded on the sides. Huh. Alright, so we'll just call it 3/4 sizes. Just call it 3/4 sizes. Now, where is my... We gotta find our little measuring thing here. I went through my desk again. It was freaking, did another bench sweep, so that's why my organized chaos is like kind of no longer organized. Otherwise, I'd have it right up front here. And I know to some it's not organized at all, but you know what? At this point, I think you know I'm not gonna change it, so I wouldn't even bother bringing it up. So at any rate, let's find this damn thing. There it is. There you are. All right, we need 3/4. 3/4. So we got our 3/4 there. We'll go ahead and mark it. So we're going down 3/4 sizes. And then if you got cutters, cut them if you got them. If you got a saw, use it. If that's the way you prefer. There is no right or wrong way. You're gonna have some jewelers that are like, oh, you shouldn't use cutters, should use a saw. Then you're gonna have some that say, oh, you should use a saw, not cutters. There really is no right or wrong way. There just isn't. Alright. Got our piece out of there. Let's go ahead and get these sides filled. Not filled, but filed down, I should say. It's more like it. It's a nice ring. It's a nice heavy set ring. Real thick and sturdy. Real thick and sturdy. Alright, that concludes our video. We're now 7. We just push it together and call it a day. No, I'm joking, guys. We don't do that. I don't think they'd be too happy with that. They'd be kind of pissed. They would not be happy at all. They would not be happy. They would be mad as hell. God, this is a stiff band, man. Stiff freaking band. Jeez. Stiff. Almost together here. It is a solid band. That's for damn sure. It's been a while since I've had to crank on one that hard to get it to bend, but white gold is harder than yellow gold to work, to bend. Well, that's an ugly ass stone right there. That one right there. It's one I keep looking at because it kind of sticks out like a sore thumb. Oh well. There we go. That looks good. You want to get it as flush as possible. As flush as you possibly can. Alright, I think that's going to do it. So let's go ahead and get her set up for the boric acid denatured alcohol here. Let's go ahead and switch to a 5 tip. And let's go ahead and light her up. Nope. There we go. Go ahead and burn that boric acid denatured alcohol off of there. Alright, let's go ahead and get us some flux here. Alright, we are ready to weld, y'all. Let's go ahead and get her welded. We go ahead and grab our solder here. Get her nice and hot. Flux is going to bubble up a little bit. Crank the torch up a little bit. Just a hair. Now this is a little bit wider shank, so you're probably going to need to heat it up just a little more than you normally would on a regular size shank. Alright, we need to run one more piece through there. One more piece through here. Alright guys, we're going to let that cool off for a second. Let me zoom you guys back out here. I'm going to let that cool off for a minute. I'll take a look at it with the tweezers here, I guess. See what she's looking like. Oh, gotta get it flipped around, that might help. Looks pretty good from what I can tell anyways, without touching it. Looks pretty good. Yep, 100%. Alright, we'll stick this on the mandrel, let that kind of cool off for a second. And then we'll see, get this thing rounded out and kind of see where we're sitting at. I like how they put make size 7 please, with a smiley face and a tongue hanging out. Please, we need help. Please make it a size 7. It's kind of funny. Alright. Now we're going to use our rubber mallet. That bitch is still hot. She is hot. Now, if you're just starting out, just keep in mind you're going to burn yourself at some point. Every jeweler's done it. You either have your torch on and you like stick your arm over your torch and forget it's on and burn your arm, or you grab a piece that you forgot was hot, that was scalding hot. I've done that many a times, unfortunately. Many times. As unfortunate as that is. Now you may have to tap a little bit harder because it is white gold. This is a pretty wide, thick shank. So you're going to have to probably tap a little bit harder than you normally would. Alright, this side is still kind of you don't want to do that with a ball peen hammer, because that'll make for a shitty day. For darn sure. You start tapping on it like that with a ball peen hammer, you be in trouble. Kind of like a tight, hold on, before we do any more here, speaking of ball peen hammer, let me get the ball peen hammer here for a second. We're almost there. Still kind of tight. Not quite on the 7. Still pretty tight. Remember, with the ball peen hammer, you don't want to be slamming quite as hard as you are with the rubber mallet, because otherwise you're going to indent the ring and you're going to screw it up. Then try to explain that to the customer. Like, I'm sorry, I beat it too hard with a hammer. Nope, still kind of a tight 7, almost like. Still kind of a tight 7 there. Still tight. Still tight 7. That bitch, I think she's trying to split on me. Look at that. Right there. I think she's trying to split on me. Alright, let's go ahead and heat this back up real quick. She is trying to split on me, guys. What a bitch. Go ahead and light her up. Dip her in boric acid denatured alcohol again. The only bad thing about white gold is white gold does tend to be a little more brittle than yellow gold, and it will split on you. It will split. Now we're not going to really use any more solder. There's really no need. It's pretty close. You just heat it up and the solder will finish filling where it started to split. If you want to pull another piece in, you can, if you feel like it. But in most cases, not really going to be necessary. I need to crank this torch up a little more. Well, ain't that a bitch. Looks like we might have to pull some more through there anyways. That kind of sucks. That kind of sucks. Let me check this out real quick. No, not what I'm looking for. There was a white piece of solder I had dropped over here that I was looking for. I was hoping I'd maybe be able to find it. But I don't know if we're gonna find it. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna find it. Dang it. Dun, 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 dun. Is that it? Maybe that's the piece there. Nope, I don't think that's it either. Well, hang on guys. I'm gonna pause the video for a second. I'm gonna see if I can find this piece that white gold piece that I dropped earlier. I'll be right back. Alright guys, we're back. I did manage to find that piece, but after looking at the ring more, it ain't cracked. I thought it was, especially judging by the way it looked in the through the camera, but it's not. It's still intact. There you go. I'll grab you guys, show you. I don't know if it's still hot or not. Trying to show you guys. You can see it's still intact. So not as broke as I thought it was, or as cracked as I thought it was. One thing I do need to do though, kind of hit this inside a little bit, finish pulling it through. Hasn't pulled all the way through. That might be why it looks like it's cracked through the camera, maybe. If I had to guess. If I had to guess. As a matter of fact, I think to be on the safe side, let's pull some white gold through that side. Just to be on the safe side. Gonna get this whole thing heated up here. There we go. I think we're pulled through now. And we dropped some solder through the back side here anyways. Alright, I think that's good now. Let's let that cool off for a minute. I'm gonna have to file some of that down for sure. Definitely gonna have to file some of that down. Let's let that cool off for a minute. Let that cool off for a second. It looks pretty ugly right now. Looks pretty damn ugly, actually, but it won't be that way for too long. Won't be that way for too long. We do need to file that inside down there before we go checking our size. That we do need to do. Damn, that thing's still hot. Still hot. So how was everybody's weekend, man? When I'm filming this video, it's Monday, so we're just getting the week started, man. Monday, got 2 more days. Well, 3 more days till Thanksgiving. So if I don't make another video before Thanksgiving, hope everybody has a good Thanksgiving. Hope everybody has a good holidays. Hopefully it's peaceful, not a lot of drama, because drama is never fun. Drama is never fun. All right, let's get this inside filed down just a hair, because we got a little bit of excess before we go seeing what our size is. Like I said, this is a little bit of a wider shank, you know, and wider shanks are going to be a little bit different from doing what you're used to on a regular size shank. Alright, let's see what we got here. So we are kind of still at that tight 7. That's a 7. Let's see what it looks like on this side. Still kind of a tight 7 on that side. Like I said, white gold is a little more finicky. It's a little harder to work with. When you're tapping on it, it does tend to break a lot easier than yellow gold does. So, it is what it is. Alright, I don't think we're going to do any more tapping, because by the time we finish cleaning this thing, filing her down and polishing it, I think we're going to be pretty much where we want to be. That's about a 7, and that's about a 7. 7 and 7. Alright, we're not going to do any more filing, or I mean any more tapping. Oh, you bitch, don't tell me you started splitting. Don't tell me that. Well, this thing's being stubborn as hell, ain't it? Alright, I need to file this top part, see if it's actually split. Could just be the black, the way it looks. But yeah, white gold tends to split a lot easier than yellow gold does. I don't even care if you use hard solder. When you're tapping on it, it will split occasionally. Alright, we're going to do some filing on that side for sure. Keep the side even. Alright, let's file this side down a little bit. Alright, let's hit this inside now a little. Need to finish filing it down. We gotta smooth out and file down them edges where them beads were inside, them sizing beads, right there and right there. There we go. Looking better. Getting there anyways. Alright, we got that inside file down pretty good. We need to get this side here now. And then we're definitely going to have to do some filing on the sides there for darn sure. So let's finish up this inside first. Alright guys, we're getting there, we're getting there. We're not there yet, but we're getting there. Alright, now let's take a look at these sides here, see what we can do with them. See what we can do with these to get them a little bit flusher. Get them a little bit flush. Or more flush, I should say. Would maybe be the proper term. We're getting there, we're getting there. We are getting there. Just going to be a little bit of a slow process. Let's see where our size is sitting at now. Right at a 7. Yeah, I figured once we got done filing all that crap, we'd be sitting pretty on a 7. Okay. All right. That works for us. That definitely works for us. Okay, we're getting there, guys. We're getting there slowly but surely. This will probably take the longest part, is getting the sides evened out here a little bit, because I had a little bit of excess out the sides here. Oh, don't move on me. Don't need that. Yep, don't need you to move on me. Let me file this inside here real quick. Okay. Alright, let's work on this other side. We'll go back to that other side. Let's work on this side a little bit. And remember, you don't need to push hard or anything crazy. We're not trying to gouge the piece. We're just trying to make it all blend in. File that inside a little bit. Now I know some of you say, well, you know, it wouldn't take me that long to size that ring. I get it. Normally it wouldn't take me this long either, but when you're trying to film, stay in focus, and concentrate on the repair, it takes a little bit longer. That's why I try to film every repair that I can, but I can't film every repair, because if I did, I'd get behind. I mean, I really would. So I wish I could film every repair, but sometimes I just can't. Now, if it comes from Etsy, I always try to make sure I film those, because that's part of my deal is I'll film you working on. But if it's a store or something like that, I'll try to film it if I can, but I can't always. Because like I said, if I had to film every repair I was doing, I'd be so far behind. It'd be ridiculous. Would not be fun. That's for sure. Would not be fun. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there. We're getting there. But yeah, if you've thought about, if you're a jeweler out there and you've thought about making a YouTube channel, I kind of encourage you to do it. Go ahead and do it. We need more jewelers out there, man, because there's not going to be there ain't many of us left, dude. Pickings are slim. And that's why I always tell people, be nice to your jeweler, man, because there ain't very many of us out there. You piss them all off, and then you ain't gonna be able to find nobody. So we need more jewelers out there, YouTube, wherever. Wherever we can get them. Wherever we can get them. I know it looks a little wonky right now, guys, but I got a method to my madness here. It won't look wonky when we're done with it. There is a method to my madness here. I promise. Kind of get on the sides here like this. Kind of go across the top there. I know this is kind of an unconventional way of doing the sides, but I do this sometimes on certain rings just because of the way they're designed. Like I said, you're not doing anything super crazy. You're just sliding it one direction. Don't need to push real hard. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there. We're getting there, getting there. We're almost there. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there. We are, we are. Sorry, I'm trying to keep y'all on focus here. Just running back and forth. This is going to take a little bit, guys. I'm sorry. Like I said, I would put it down on the block and do it that way, but the way this ring is shaped, need to do it kind of at a different angle. Takes a while doing it this way, but you do what you got to do. If you know what I mean. You do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. Alright guys, we're getting there, slowly but surely. I know it seems like I'm doing a lot of filing, but I'm really not. And like I said, just the contour of this ring, it's very unique, to say the least. Yeah, that looks a hell of a lot better. Looking a hell of a lot better. Almost there, guys. Almost there. We are so close. All right, now let's go across the top one more time here. All right, let's go ahead and smooth the inside out now. Get that done. We'll smooth the inside out. Kind of hit the other side here. Sorry guys, I'm trying to keep you straight, but camera kind of gets in the way of me doing the inside here. Alright, let's see what size we're sitting at here. We're sitting at right at a 7. Fuck yeah. Heck yeah. Alright. Alright, now let's go ahead and hit the back side of the shank and these sides here. Go ahead and do that. And again, you can rhodium plate if you want to, white gold and silver, but you're just wasting your money because rhodium plating is only going to last about a year or two, and you're just dumping money in. And plus, white gold I think looks better polished in its natural form anyways. So that's just me. I think rhodium plating was invented for another way for the jewelry industry to charge you for something you really don't need. It's basically what it is. Just a way for them to charge you for something you don't need. Hold on, my foot pedals whacked out here. There we go. Alrighty. Let's hit this other side. It's got some pretty deep gases in it. Especially on the sides. That's not from a fire liner. They're just real deep gases. Almost like somebody, like some places they'll scratch it to test it. And sometimes they just put like freaking gouges in there. Alright, let's get the back side of the shank now. Alright, we're looking good. We're looking good. Hold on, we gotta do a little more filing on the top there. A little bit more. Not a hell of a whole lot, but a little bit. Alright, let's go back to our silicone wheel here. We're almost there, guys. We're almost there. Okay, we are so close, guys. We are almost there. Got this one little pit that just don't want to come out. Almost there, guys. Almost there. This one's taking a little bit longer than I thought it would. Alright. I think that is the best we're going to get, guys. Let's check our size one more time. That's a 7. And that's a 7. Alright, guys. We are a size 7. So let's go ahead and drop this into ultrasound. And then we'll go get her polished up, man. We'll be right back. Alright, guys. It is time to get her polished up. Time to get her polished. Well, somebody's wife or girlfriend will be happy, but I'll see them in probably about 7 years. That seems to be about the norm for most marriages any day. 7 years. After 7 years, they're looking to sell their jewelry, getting divorced. I've seen it so many times in this industry, it's ridiculous. I've had a front row seat at it. It's looking good, looking good. Looks good, guys. Look at that. Ooh, look at that shine. Now see, look at that. What do you think? We'll look at the final product once we get all the rouge off, but I think white gold just looks better polished in its natural form. Like I said, I think rhodium plating was just invented by the industry for another way to charge people money, because polished white gold, it looks almost nothing different than rhodium plating. Plus you're wasting your money because the rhodium plating is only going to last about a year or two. So just something to keep in mind, y'all. Just something to keep in mind. Now I know there's going to be a lot of veterans out there going to be like, well, this sizing took way longer than it should have. I get it. But it's because I'm filming as well. Makes it take longer. That's why I said I can't film every repair, because if I did, I would be behind all the time, man. Just would. And I don't like to be behind. That I do not. Alright, guys. Let's go ahead and hit the inside now. Alright guys, I think we're as polished as we're going to be. But let's go drop this into ultrasound, get all this rouge off of here, and we'll come back and look at the finished product, guys. We'll be right back. Alright guys, we are back with that ring. You can see we got it nice, clean, and polished. Got her looking good, boy. Got my fingerprints all over it already. That we do. Got our fingerprints all over it already, but nice, clean, and polished. You see what I mean though about, God, I hate getting my fingerprints on it after it's been polished. But you see what I mean about how it looks? And that's not rhodium plated. It's kind of got shit all over it at the moment. Hold on. Let me get a better paper towel here. It's the only bad thing about white gold, boy. When it's polished, it'll show any smudge mark. God dang. Just got that shit all over the place. There we go. That's better. But yeah, man. So we got this one size down to a 7. We went 3/4 sizes down. But you see what I mean? I mean, that's not rhodium plated. I think, like I said, I think rhodium plating was mainly just invented to just for the jewelry industry to be able to charge people more money for something. You know, because it only lasts a year or two. It's kind of a waste. Plus the chemicals you got to use to for rhodium plating is very toxic, super toxic. So, at any rate, guys, this one took a little bit longer than I would like to have. Like I said, it normally wouldn't take that long if I wasn't filming, but I do it for you guys, man. I do it for you guys. But yeah, this is the Gangster Jeweler, y'all. I appreciate y'all watching. If you'd like and subscribe, that'd be fantastic. If you'd like to leave a tip or donation, you can. The links for that will be down in the description. Although it's not required, just kind of helps the channel grow and show some love. If I don't get another video out before Thanksgiving, because I'm filming this on Monday, God, I hate getting my fingerprints all over this. You can see it too. I know you guys can see it because I can see it through the camera. There we go. But anyway, guys, yeah, I hope everybody has a good Thanksgiving. If I don't get another video in before then, and hopefully everybody has a good holiday. Let's have a moment of silence for all the poor turkeys that are going to be killed. Mass murder of turkeys. Let's have a moment of silence for them. I'm just kidding, but it is, man. It's like Thanksgiving is like mass turkey murder day. But anyway, guys, I appreciate y'all watching. Also, if you'd like to check out my live streams, you can check them out on Kick, Beam, Rumble. There's another one I'm forgetting. Oh, and Twitch. I'm trying Twitch out again. But Kick, Beam, Rumble, and Twitch. You can find me streaming there. Usually between 5 and 8 Eastern time. But that's more of reaction type streams. But I appreciate y'all tuning in. Also, if you'd like for me to do your repairs, you can visit my Etsy shop. I'll have the link for that down in the description as well. And also, oh, the camera's about to die. We finished this just in time because the light went out. How about that? Look at that. You can almost see my reflection in it. Right? See me? Can't make me out, but you can see my reflection. That's crazy. Alright. But yeah, man, if you want to check out my live streams, I'll have the link for that down in the description. Also, if you're looking to buy jewelry in the Jacksonville area, I highly recommend Money Miser on Blanding Boulevard. And I think that covers everything, guys. I appreciate y'all watching. Appreciate the loyal followers and subscribers, man. You guys are fucking awesome. And I hope to catch you maybe on one of my live streams. Like I said, it's a reaction type stream. It's not nothing jewelry related. But it'd be cool to see some of you guys over there too, man. But appreciate you guys tuning in. This is Gangster Jeweler. I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, y'all.